Sponsored by rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. rxcardclub.com, inside an emerging pitching trend and how it could shake up MLB's playoff race. On the same night, Royals All-Star Seth Lugo struck out 10 batters in 7 scoreless innings in the Bronx. Fellow first-time All-Star and recently converted reliever Reynaldo Lpez left his start with an injury after just 1 inning. Tuesday night's juxtaposition comes down the stretch of a 2024 season that has seen a spate of successful transitions from the bullpen to the rotation. Many of this year's top relievers turned starters are still being let loose as they progress further into uncharted territory from an innings standpoint while excelling as rotation linchpins for playoff contenders. The question, as October approaches, is how long it can last. For the Braves, they hope their success story didn't come to an end Tuesday night at Nationals Park. Among pitchers who've thrown at least 100 innings this year, none have a lower ERA than Lpez, a particularly notable accomplishment considering this is the 30-year-old veteran's first season as a full-time starter since 2020. He has already pitched nearly as many innings this year as his past 2 seasons combined, but even after a few weeks stint on the injured list last month due to forearm inflammation, he didn't seem to be wearing down. He returned with authority, posting a 1.96 ERA with 34 strikeouts in 23 innings over 4 starts before Tuesday night, when it again became evident that something wasn't right. The transition to the rotation for hard-throwing relievers like Lpez requires a mentality change. As a starter, Lpez knew he could no longer sit in the high 90s in velocity the way he did as a full-time reliever. Still, he also knows he has that in the tank when he needs it. Chris Sale describes Lpez's ability as throttle control. 1 out, guy on second base, it's like he flips that switch, Sale explained. It's like, okay, here's 98, here comes my reliever stuff. On Tuesday, for the first time, that switch was unavailable. Lpez thought his first pitch of the night would register around 95 miles per hour, instead, it clocked in at 89. His next fastball came in at 90.6, then 91.1. This time, he could no longer reach back for more. He battled through a 25-pitch first inning to keep the Nationals off the board, but his four-seamer was down nearly 4 miles per hour from his season average. Tightness in his shoulder was the culprit. Initial tests came back negative, but Lpez was placed on the IL on Wednesday. As the playoffs draw closer, his early departure serves as a reminder of the uncertainty ahead as converted relievers across the sport trek further into the unknown. While Lpez's outing was an ominous sign, however, Lugos was far more promising. The 34-year-old Royals All-Star has become a poster boy and one of the catalysts for this year's emergence of converted relievers after his successful metamorphosis last season, but it took patience to get to this point. For years, the waiting game agonized him.